Hi, Jenny. How are you?
Good. Hi, Ann. I'm well. How are you?
Excellent. What is the topic you'd like to focus on today?
Yeah, so I've been thinking about it, and I actually want to share a situation where I was volunteering. I
Please.
was volunteering with an organization, and we were working a snack bar at a festival. And as part of working at this snack bar, it was a new group. We were all learning how to work this snack bar, and I was at the front of the counter. I was taking orders, taking money. It was quite busy, and we were kind of slow. We were all working very hard, but we were new and slow. And at one point in the evening, as we were working, a man yelled at me. And yeah, I had asked him if he would, be willing to give a tip as a donation to our charity that we were fundraising for. And he yelled that we were slow and disorganized, and he was not going to give us a tip.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So that was one of those things where it was a bad situation, and I didn't handle it probably how I wanted it to. So I wanted to talk through that with you.
Well, first of all, I'm sorry that you had experienced that, and thank you for bringing this up. What would be a good outcome from our conversation today, this short conversation?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I'm trying to take away from the coaching is, if I'm in other situations where, somebody's frustrated with me, or, they have a bad reaction to me, how could I handle that better?
And this is important to you because
Yeah, and it's important because I think this will help me build resilience,
mm,
both again at work and in my personal life.
in many situations. Yeah,
Yes.
wonderful. Excellent. So as you think back to the moment when that man yelled at you, and then again, I'm sorry you had to experience that. What let me ask you, would you be open to a mind-body approach?
Yeah, I think
We
we
can
should try it.
Okay, then we can more holistically support you.
Okay.
So back in the moment when he was yelling at you and your reaction,
Mhm.
what was going on in in you? What did you feel emotion wise?
Yeah, so emotionally, like I was angry, I was frustrated, um, just kind of, I did not like it.
Did not like it. And then
Mm-mm.
when you said that, I noticed you're shaking your head and everything else. Emotions are always recognized once our brain registers a change in the body. What was the physical sensation? What were the sensations you felt associated with the anger and frustration?
Yeah, to kind of go back, I mean, I remember my stomach dropping, but also at the same time, like my blood pressure was raising, and I think my shoulders were coming up, and my, cheeks were probably getting red. So it
You can
was,
feel all of
I
that
had
kind
a
of
very
uprising.
physical, yeah, I had a physical reaction too.
Yeah, the tension uprising, the stomach dropping down. Yeah. And so at that moment, Jenny, what do you think was going on inside your head, the mental narrative, the stories we tell ourselves? What was going on?
Yeah, so I remember thinking like, I don't deserve this. Why is he yelling at me? Kind of questioning. I'm thinking I'm here volunteering, trying to do something really good for my community. So, and I did start to ruminate as well. So I probably ruminated for another few minutes where I couldn't I couldn't help the next customer very well, because I was thinking about what I should have done differently. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was kind of emotionally and mentally what was happening.
It was pretty exhausting at that moment, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't deserve this. And then start ruminating around that mental narrative. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. What would you rather have in terms of the new mental narrative that be more helpful to you in that moment?
Yeah, so like I said, so it took me a few minutes, but then like I started to calm down, and I want to start calming down faster to where I can start thinking, how can I help that person? Because about 10 minutes later, I was, emotionally better, but it took me a while to calm down, and, how could I help that person?
How can I help? So that would be a helpful narrative instead of I don't deserve this.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
would.
Could we come up with a small little physical action or embodied action to help remind you to shift that mental narrative in the moment in the future situation like this to how can I help this person? What would be something that your body would feel like doing to remind you to think that way?
Yeah, and so like I said, because I felt my shoulders going up, I probably need to physically pay attention and bring my shoulders down, try to ground myself, like where my stomach starts to sink again.
So
Um,
can you show me how you would do that to trigger that reminder and that shift? Show me how you would do
Sure.
it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I could, how can I help that person?
How can I help that person? And so when you said shoulders down, grounding, is the grounding through the shoulders as you did that?
Yeah. Even like all the way through my stomach and
All the way through the
yeah.
body. Yeah. And so I noticed you naturally did that. You did the action and you set a new mental narrative. So that's a perfect mind body practice or embodied action, because what we're doing is a associative learning. When those two things go together, then we'll build a habit. So in the
Okay.
future, when you only perform that small embodied action, just rolling the shoulders, you will automatically bring your ideal presence, the mind and the body with you. And how does it feel now as you think this and act this way?
Yeah. I mean, I already feel better. I mean, talking about it kind of made me upset again. And now I'm relaxing and more focused again. I'm grounded.
So instead of frustration and anger, you are more relaxed and grounded and
Yeah.
focused.
Yeah. I'm ready to take the next step and react better.
Well, congratulations on your new discovery of this mind body approach.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So let's talk a little bit about practice, as we want to build this associative learning between the mind and body as you think of the new narrative and the 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 physical reminder. We want to practice enough times so that it becomes easily recruitable. So in the future, when you are in the moment of the heat and you need to shift your presence to something more resilient and more desirable, you just need to do that shoulder roll. It will automatically come back. To do that, I want to practice before you need it. Normally,
Okay.
I want to find a few 4 or 5 daily moments. Normally for me, morning and night, the bed is a trigger, and I don't miss a meal. So 3 meals are my trigger. I do that right before breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Some people go for coffee, go for dog walk. Whatever is naturally happening in the day will be natural trigger for your daily moments to practice. It takes what, 30, 60 seconds to do it a few times. So what are the daily moments for you?
Yeah, probably when I'm driving. I like the what you said with waking up and going to bed. So
Mhm.
driving, waking up, going to bed, I would have four moments every day that I could practice.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to hearing from you how this goes for you.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for this new coaching tip. I do hope that it helps me build resilience to relax and then, take on new challenges.
I look forward to hearing more. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Mhm.